Hi everyone. Right, I'm going to show you how to make a small box, and this is a 3x3 box. The bottom measures 3 by 3 inches. Then you're going to need 4 sides that measure 3 inches across by 2 inches in depth. Okay? And then we're going to do a wraparound lid, so I'll show you that in a minute. First of all, what you're going to do, you need to make sure you space these out enough so that when you bend them, they it looks so neat inside. And then we have to cover the outside, of course, which I'm going to do with the darker paper. So make sure you leave a good inch on the top side. Sorry, I'm going to show you this. Oops. A good inch. Where you've placed this, make sure you've left an inch on the left hand side and the top, and then position your pieces well. And then what you're going to do, when you've cut all them pieces out, you're going to glue them on to your card. Just to take one of the little handy rollers and just roll that. Just make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. And what we're going to do is cut this out. But you need to leave a good gap around the edges. So I'm just gauging mine. And I'm leaving about ½ inch, just enough to turn over the ends. Like that. Discard all of those bits for now. Now what you're going to do is you need to take off these corners. So I've got a little ruler here that's going to help me do that. And all you do, place your ruler across the edge, leaving a little bit of a gap here. Okay? You do that on all of your corners. I'll show you why in a minute. It does make a neater finish. If it's not quite stuck down, you can stick it down in a minute. Okay? And all you're going to do is to chop them ends off that you've just marked out. Level this one up and that one. Okay, and what you're going to do is fold this up to make sure that you've actually, oh sorry, You need to snip into the corners there as well. Okay, so then you can fold that. It's nice and neat. And you just need to fold these bits over. And when you do that, you just snip that. Where I told you to cut it, you know, to leave the excess bit. When you fold that over, you just bend that in with your thumb. And then when you fold that piece over, you have a nice neat edge. So they're all going to want to be done in a minute. You see what I'm doing? When you fold it over, it comes over this bit, and you nick it in with your thumb. So that then when you fold this over, you're getting a perfectly good neat edge. I mean, I've not measured any of this, I'm doing it by eye, but if I was doing it to make something for a gift to somebody, or myself really, I would then do it properly. I'm just showing you how to do it. Alright, so we've got all our pieces like that. Yep. There are other ways of making boxes. I like doing it this way, and it's just quite easy and quick to show you. So what I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to do the edges. Actually, I should do that bit. Just glue them down. Okay, so then pull that over, that there as well, to that one back in, and press down firmly. Give that a chance to dry. While you're doing that, this side is actually, you know, these bits are actually getting tacky with the drying, so they'll stick. Again, fold over. You've got your little edges in, and just place that there. Okay, fold over. Press them in and fold over again. And do the same job with that one. Like that. Oops. Doesn't matter if it comes undone, it's tacky glue, it'll, when it starts to dry it'll stick. Like that. And there you go, you've got the base of your box. So you're turning that upwards, like that. And then what we've got to do is to glue that before we add the paper. And then inside you've got a perfectly clean box. Okay, so next what we're going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on mine. I do like to do that to make sure they stick. Don't worry about the outside, but just a little touch of glue to make sure they stick. Just help support it while I put the paper on. Just using the hot glue gun. Oops, didn't quite get that on. That's it. Not quite got that right. Just hold that in place. Again. Just a smattering of glue. You don't need a lot at all because the paper is going to hold it. Just make sure you've got it level, that's all. Okay. There you go. And there's your box that you've done so far. Make sure it's twisted right. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is cover the outside. So for that, turn your paper upside down so you've got the inside out at the top, and then we're going to cover this. So obviously you know you're going to need a good inch all the way around, like that. So what I'm going to do is, this time I'm going to draw it. Don't forget, this was 2 inches or 2 1/4 inches. Do it this way. So it's 2 1/4 inches. Obviously this is going to go off in a minute, so I'm going to come back and show you what to do next. Right, I'm back for part 2. Now what I've done is, it's actually been drying, so I'm just going to pop a little bit more glue on. Just, you need to glue one side first. So I'm just going to revamp this little bit of glue here on this side. Now while you're leaving that to dry a little bit, spread it out with a paintbrush or something. I've chosen to cover mine with this paper instead of the other because I just wanted a little bit of flower to it. So what I've done is, it's 12 by 12. I've cut it into 3 equal pieces, so that's 4 across, 12 by 12 down. I've marked them off, each piece, with an inch line. So an inch in, either side, doesn't matter. Mark it off an inch, because that's going to be your guide for popping this back and covering this. And all you need to do, let your glue soak a little bit, and then pop that on that line, like that. Anywhere on that piece, it doesn't matter. You can start at the end if you wanted, or whatever, because you're not going to use all of the paper. And just press that on the bottom here. You just press that in there just to keep it. This is the tricky bit with it, but just flip that back with your finger, and then what you're going to do, put plenty of glue. Oh, do you know these? When you use these bottles of glue, it's don't come out very often, very quick. Oh, just pop a load on there. Right, again using your paintbrush, because that'll get in all the nooks and crannies, and it does hold better with liquid glue. Okay, so then what you're going to do is turn your paper over, and you've got your line, it's following that line there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to glue the paper, because I'm not going to glue the box just yet. I'm just going to glue this paper like that. Take my brush and just do that, and then fold that over like that. Okay, crease your sides at the corners, and then what we're going to do again, make sure you can see what I'm doing, pour plenty of glue on it, using the paintbrush again, and a good lather of glue. Try and even it out so you don't leave any bumps in it whatsoever. See, and you're following that line, so it's perfectly good for you. And then it's a shame because it's not quite, because I've done a 3 by 3, it's not quite covered it in one piece. I'm going to have to put a piece in the back, but I'm not bothered about that at all. So I might as well just glue that actually. Make sure that's all like that. And take that over a little bit. Oops. Press that down like that. So it doesn't matter about that. I'm going to put a piece in, and I don't want it right to the edge, because otherwise you'll end up with it coming off. I'm just going to pop a little bit more glue on there. So all I'm going to do now is chop a piece off here. Okay, and I don't need that much at all. I'm eyeing this up, but I would only do, because it's 3 inches wide, I do 2 inches. So I'm just going to cut a piece off there and just line this up with that, like that. Okay, I mean obviously you can pull that back and just using the paintbrush, a bit more glue I would have said, pop a bit on and just use a paintbrush like that. Same with this side, a bit more glue on it. And just pop that on. That's quite safe there, like that. And then what we're going to do is to cut the edge. See, from the inside of the box, just snip down the middle into the corner. And then what I'm going to do is just to make it like a V, like that. Hope you can see that. Oh sorry, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing. I've just snipped it and then making a small V. I mean, if you find a different way to do it, then you know, you do that, but I'm just showing you a quick and simple way to make a nice little box. Okay, so there we go, we've got that. Move them bits out of the way. Now what we need to do is just to glue this. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of now I'll just cut up, oh this is a spare bit of paper. Just going to put some glue on there, onto the paper, like so. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me just move this out of the way. Oh. Okay, I've got a bit of paper. Oops. Why am I not in here? Like that. Dab that on with your brush, and then you're just going to paint onto that right to the edge, and then just tuck that one down. Just tuck it down like that. I mean obviously if you do them all the same colour you're not going to see that bit, but because I've chosen to do a different colour you will see it, but it doesn't matter because they're all cut the same length, so it will be neat. And I'll show you the inside in a minute. So make sure the glue goes right to the edge. I think I might just have enough on there for the last little bit. Okay, and then you just pop that in there like that, and you've got nice neat corners and a nice inside box like that. Okay, now what we do exactly the same with this, because we are going to cover the base and stick some legs onto it. So like I say, you just cut the paper into the edge, into the corner. You can even crease it and then cut it, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then just make your little V. Don't need them big. Okay, enter that in. So you've basically covered your box now, like that. Yeah. Okay, nice little box. But we've not finished, because our next thing is put that to one side. Now you need 2 squares that are 3.1 centimetre, so that's 3 inches 1 centimetre square. That's for the lid, same for the base. You need a back panel which is 3.1 centimetre by 2, that's the depth of it, and then you need the front flap which is 3.1 by however long you want it. And I'm just going to check, because when that, excuse me, when that sits on there, that is the back panel which will sit on there, and then the lid goes on like that. I'll show you, like that, and then that is your front panel that sits there. So what we need to do now, I'm going to cover it with this flowered stuff and show you how we do that. I'm just going to clear this, I can't stand this mess. Oh, there we go, pop it in there. So you're going to need your 12 by 12, that's your pattern paper again, okay? And what we're going to do, we start with the base, which is like that. Then you have your side panel, like that. Then you're going to have your lid, like that. And then you're going to have the front panel. So you've just got enough paper with a 12 by 12 to do that. Okay? So let's get going. Cut a V. Hi there. Right. Sorry about that. It cut off before I realised again. Now, what I did was to cut the V's. Let me just change this because I've actually... There you go. You just snick the V in between each of these panels. Okay? So cut your V out. And then you glue the edges and glue them all down like that. So then you've got, it's movable like that in sections. So I'm just going to finish that. So I'm hoping to get this done now. This is the last part of the video, the tutorial. So it's, I'm just going to put some glue on all of these sides. I might have to snip that bit off there because it's quite long, but we're going to cover that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and like you say, just glue them all down. Okay, so all we do is pull that over. I'm getting glue everywhere. Tuck them all in. again, glue that down, tuck that in, and then on this end, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, tuck the sides in first, like that, pull it right over, push it in with your fingers, then crease that right there, and you're going to need a little dab of glue on that. Then you tuck that side in like that and pull that over, and that gives you a crease there. Okay, and then all you're going to need to do then is to glue that edge like that and tuck that over like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do with it, we need to cover this, so I am going to use a little bit of what I used in the middle of the book, just enough left to do that. So I'm just going to quickly cut this by hand, following the dotted line to keep it straight. Think it's wide enough? Perfect, just right on there. Okay, and all I have to make sure is that I'm just going to snip this and then I'll shorten it like that. I mean, you will measure it and everything. I've not got time to do that at the moment, but that's how it's going to lay. So what I'm going to do now is take the glue and I'm going to pour some on actually. Hopefully that will be enough. Okay, and I'm going to turn this the right way so the bobbly bit's this end, and then glue that in like that. But what you need to do now is, I might be able to use this actually, is just, you need to just score it slightly when you've got it on, like that, and then run this with the brayer. Okay, and that will, once it's scored, you might need to do it a couple of times like that. Just score it. It will, when it's attached, go into place. I just hold mine like that and lift it up like that, just like that. Okay, so once you've got that, then you need to take hold of your box, and I've pre-cut some felt that's going to go on there. I'm just going to shut this down because the box leaves a bit of a draft. So what I'm going to do now is to glue the bottom of the box like that, and use my paintbrush again. Up. Don't go to the edge unless you're covering the whole of the box at the bottom. You need quite a bit on because you're going to cover it. I'm covering mine with felt, but obviously you can cover it with what you want. So that's what you do. You've got that like that. just going to put the brayer over it a little bit to help stick. Oops. Help that stick. Silly hole. Don't put that on yet. What you need to do is to glue the bottom again. Forgot what I was doing then, because if you're doing an ordinary box with just a lid that opens from the top, then you need to do that next. But I'm doing a fold over. Sorry about that. Like that. Sorry. So we put this on the edge. Remember, it's a little lip because you made it slightly bigger all the way around, only slightly. Like that. And that's your box. Made like that. Now, that will dry obviously. Line that up. And you've got that little box. Like that. And you can either glue the side and leave it like that, which I'm going to do, because I prefer mine to be firmly stuck. Like that. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here just to help it stick. Okay, I do want the back of it sticking. Clean all that up. Like that. But you see how neat you've got that box? Like that. You might need to put a little bit of pressure on it. Now what you need is a little bit of Velcro. Which I have a strip of Velcro that I use. This is the tricky bit, is getting the backing off it. I hate doing this. Put it on. And pop that onto there. I mean, I've not exactly got that neat, but you will when you do yours. Because this is sticky back Velcro. And you can peel a little bit off. Okay, and then what you're going to do is push that onto there. And you've got that lined up. And there's your little box. Oh, sorry, I've not let it dry. I've not let it dry. Let me just glue that again. Not let that dry yet. Right, but you do need to let it dry. Anyway, we'll let that dry on there. Now you can put the felt onto the bottom. Okay, sort this out. Turn the felt back over. Pop that onto the bottom. Again, we'll brayer that just to make it stick. And then we're going to put some feet on this and a handle. Now what I've done, I'm going to have to be quick. I've got some of these, and you get them at, where do you get them from? Wrote it down here so I didn't forget. Hobbycraft. And they're like little buttons. So what I've done is I've already painted 4 of these for the feet. And you don't paint that because otherwise it won't stick. But I am going to show you how to do it. I've got this that I use for fossils. Quite a good spike. Pop that in the middle. Press it firmly down. A lot easier if you can do something like this. Pop it onto there. And then paint it. You can spin it while you're doing it. And because you're only doing the sides and the base, it's quite handy. And then they dry so easy and so quick. I'm going to just leave that one for a minute to dry while I glue the feet on. And I'm going to hot glue these feet. What have I got? 11:28. I just think I've got time to do this. Oh, don't play up now. So I'm just going to pop the feet on. And because they're all the same size, you don't need to measure and mess about with them. Just press down on there, and then we're going to fix this one to the front. Get it in position like that, and there you are. You've got yourself a little box. Let's see if I can just, obviously I need to glue that and let that dry, but there you go. Simple as that. Great little box, and you can do a little mini to go inside it. So I hope you like that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I certainly did. Love making these. Nice little gifts they are. I mean, then you can decorate it and do what you like with it. I've got some little flowers and some trimmings here I might want to put on there. What else can I put on? How many minutes have I got? 13. I'm on 13, no idea. Not got time, I don't think. But anyway, you can decorate it how you want. You know, whatever you want to do with it. I just thought I'll show you how to make a beautiful, very nice, useful trinket box. And there you go. Obviously let this dry before you do anything else. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that. Really good. Don't do what I've just realised. I didn't put the back of the box. That was a panel I sat in the front. That should have been at the back. Never mind. Can't do everything right, can we? But there you go. Nice little trinket box. Hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Bye.